Hey everybody, welcome to Tradecraft Trading. If you're new to day trading and or if you're just looking to get into day trading, my channel might be helpful to you. I started day trading about a year and a half ago. Now I'm doing it full-time professionally, and I was trading, not day trading, but position and swing trading for close to 15 years, and just doing it on the side. But now, about a year and a half ago, I decided to go full-time with day trading, and that's what I'm doing now. So hopefully what I'm going to be doing throughout the upcoming weeks is posting my trades throughout, basically at the end of the day probably. I maybe doing some live streams occasionally, so you can watch as I day trade and see what kind of trades I take, as I explain why I'm taking trades, things like that. But for the most part, yeah, I will be showing the types of trades I take, especially as someone relatively new. A year and a half is not that long. Usually it takes a while to get into day trading and really understanding it. So if you're looking to get into day trading or you just started, I think this will be helpful for you, because a lot of the pitfalls that you kind of get when you first start day trading, I've been through them, and so I can kind of explain why I take certain trades and hopefully help you to avoid some of those pitfalls. So what I'm going to do right now, just basically show you the trade that I took today. I took one trade. It was a really good trade, and it was, let's see here, it was Theravance Biopharma. So this hit a scanner of mine. Oh, first off the bat, I use Trade Ideas, which is a trading software, a scanning software really, that helps you look for kind of you can basically customize it any which way you want to look for certain types of trades. And one of my scanners that I have built looks for, actually I can put it up right here. This scanner I've customized it to look for trades that show VWAP and 200 moving average, and show stocks moving with volume near them. So basically VWAP right here, volume weighted average price, that is a moving average. If you need to Google it, it'll explain it. I don't want to waste time explaining it, but it's a very important moving average for most day traders. Most people pay close attention to that when they're day trading. And that's the purple line here. And then this green line coming across is the 200 moving average. That's the 200 moving average on a 5-minute. Is a 5-minute candle chart. So it's not the 200 day, which is a really popular moving average for both day traders and position and swing traders. It's a lot of times when stocks get near the 200 day, if they go through them, it's an indication it's moving up or down or whatever. 200 day is very important, but not many people use the 200 moving average on a 5-minute chart. I find it to be helpful. I've noticed a lot of movement, through the 200 at times. If there's volume, it can be a good indicator. But I use it in a scanner that also looks for VWAP. And what I like to see is I often like to see these little wedges where the 200 moving average is moving flat across or slightly up, and VWAP is moving up and the stock is above it. This little wedge is, to me, I've seen a lot of good movement out of it from certain stocks. Now there's a lot of other variables, but for the most part, this is what I look for when trading this type of trade. So you can see throughout the day it was kind of choppy. I don't like that for day trading. You kind of want tight candles. But I got here and it started to just consolidate, just base here. You see these little yellow 5-minute candles with these bottoming tails. What that tells me, or what it told me when I was looking at this, was that the stock was, it reached this level here above VWAP, above the 200 moving average, which I like, both of those. And then there's bottoming tail on 3 consecutive candles, which said the sellers were trying to bring it down, but it ended up right back where it started at that 5-minute. I did that 3 times, sort of did it here as well, basically 6 times in a row almost. So I said, by this candle, I said, I'm going to get in. And I could put a tight stop right around $28 or $23, and maybe I think my stop was around 87 or 86, and I got in at 24. So basically just a 14-cent cushion, So now what happened? Not much. Throughout the day, I held on to it though. It stayed above VWAP, stayed above the 200. Little kind of dip here, and then a dip here. And then you can see the volume kicked in right here, and then it took off. And I took out, my first target was around 24.30, and it kind of shot through that. So I didn't exit any of my shares. I could have kind of scaled out. I didn't. Kept going up, and then I saw this little kind of not an indecision doji, but it kind of hesitated a little here, and the volume was a little lower. So I exited at 24.40, and that got me a nice 40-cent gain from where I got in. So if you were, trading, if you took a position of 100 shares, you might have made $40. 1,000 shares, you would have made $400. 500 shares, obviously half of that, so $200. So basically, a nice move, 40 cents, especially for a stock that wasn't a pretty looking chart, but it had the indicators that I like. The VWAP, 200, the cross, it's above it, and it's holding it. So that's one of the trades I look for. I like to see that movement out of a stock where the VWAP's on the way up and it's crossing 200. So that was my trade to that. Really, all you need is one good trade usually for the day. If you have one good trade, it can make your day. Sometimes it can make your week. But I'll take a look at two other trades that I was looking at. I didn't get in. So Hain, I was watching this. Now this is I should have mentioned this before. This is my 15-minute chart, 15-minute candles, and this is a 10 EMA. Which I like to see. I like a lot of times the EMA, when this gets crossed or kind of, regresses back to it, kind of holds it. I like to maybe get in there. That's why I put this little mark here. It kind of came down, a little bit of a base here, and then boom. So, and again, you can see where VWAP is here. The stock dropped, came back to VWAP, and then kind of rejected it. That's why I took notice here. And then this is the same chart. This is also a 5-minute chart, but this is the 8 EMA and the 20 SMA, which a lot of day traders use. When the 8 EMA crosses over the 20, sometimes indicates that it's change in the direction of the price. And also when they're moving together nice and smooth, it's usually a nice, indicator of when you want to get in. And these were kind of moving together nice and smooth here. That's why I put a little marker here that I might have gotten in here right around 22.70. I wish I had because it dropped nicely. It kind of moved a little sideways and dropped all the way down to about $22. So it would have been a nice almost 70-cent gain if I hadn't shorted that from here to here. And then you could see this little cross is actually, like I was saying, when the 8 EMA crosses the 20 SMA, kind of an indication that the stock might be moving in a different direction. And you can see it crosses right here, and it looks like it might start to come back. But again, got VWAP right here. It would have to break through that for me to have any kind of interest in it as a long. But yeah, so that's what I was looking at today. I didn't get into it. I was probably too busy looking at TBPH as it was doing nothing during the middle of the day, as I showed. But yeah, so one other trade that I almost got into. This is another VWAP 200 moving average that I liked. This is really messy though. That's why I probably didn't even bother getting into it. Kind of shoots up with the day, comes back down, hits the 200 moving average, and you can see also there's a little bit of a cross here with the VWAP crossing over 200, but it's kind of sloppy. I put a little marker here because I liked this little indecision doji where buyers tried to bring it up. They couldn't. Sellers tried to bring it down. They couldn't, and ended up right where it started, that 5-minute candle. And I said, if usually when you see a doji like that, the next candle is an indication of which direction it's going to go. So it was a green candle and another green candle. I said, all right, I'll get in here. I can get in at 43.37 and put my stop right below it, maybe just 10, 12 cents. If I had 43.37, it went all the way up to 43.96. So almost a 60-cent gain, which would have been a nice little move. But I just didn't take it. But I was happy again. The other trade, I didn't need to take this because the other trade did for me what I needed it to do. So yeah, so those are some of the trades I look for. I have a couple of scanners that I will probably show during live streams throughout the day. This is a gappers up and down. Looks for stocks that have gapped up or down on the day and are moving with a high relative volume. And I have a high-low scanner, which looks for stocks making new highs and new lows. This is a alert window. The other one was a topless window. So yeah, if I ended up doing live streams soon, I'll go over everything that I look at while I'm live streaming and explain it. So those were the trades I looked at and the trade I took today. And just to go back to this, yeah. So this is I like this kind of trade. This is one that's kind of a low risk because I have a tight stop and kind of an easy trade if you're just sitting and watching it through the day. Sometimes it can be boring, but if you want to get into day trading, if you want to be a day trader, this is what you're going to have to do sometimes, is just have patience, a lot of patience. Sometimes it's more than people can bear, and that's why they kind of quit day trading. They either blow through their account because they have no patience, or they just find it boring. But man, when it takes off, that's a nice day for you. So, hope this was informative. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.